What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to 3-Star Draw. I am down south of 77, and this is an adult collector channel where we talk about G.I. Joe and G.I. Joe stuff, primarily G.I. Joe Classified, and once in a while we'll take a look at some other toys and some other stuff from other lines, maybe do a topic. Who knows? Never know what I'm going to do around here. So today we're going to be taking a look at a figure that I did not originally want. There's no way I was going to order this figure. Actually, a year ago, we joked about them making this figure, then they announced it, and everybody went, what are they even doing? Of course, I am talking about number 114, Big Boa. I was driving around for work when I was listening to this live stream, and they started showing the figures, and of course, we already knew he was coming, so they started showing them off. And I pulled over, and I was doing some paperwork or looking at something on flipping through some papers and kind of watching the live stream. Well, I was watching the live stream more than I was looking through the papers. But so when they showed this figure off, I was kind of blown away with what they did with him and some of the direction that they took with him. And I was not going to order that figure at all until that day. And when the pre-orders went up, I pre-ordered him because they made him look so good. That's one of the beauty of this classified line, is they can take a kind of silly figure that wasn't a favorite of a lot of people, maybe even a figure that you didn't even think belonged in G.I. Joe, and turn it into something that's absolutely great. And that's one of the things that keeps me coming back, is the nostalgia and the fact that they can do that. So that's where we are. We got a Big Boa in yesterday. I got in Big Boa Techno, Airborne, and who's the other one? Not Quick Kick. Yeah, who else come in there? Big Boa Techno, Airborne, and Metalhead. I'll think of it in a minute. The one I've already done the review on. And so they come in yesterday, and I'm just now getting to open them up today. So we're going to go ahead and crack him open and look at him and see if they brought this goofy, silly character up to date and did him any justice. And just as a spoiler, yeah, I think so. I've already filmed this and I accidentally deleted it. I was in a hurry. So that's why I'm not showing off the figure. So, full disclosure, let's go ahead and take a look at Big Boa. Alright guys, so there we go. First off, let me point out why my hands are so abnormally large. I've been having trouble with the ring light that I mount this camera to, and I had to break out one of my bigger ones, and it is like a 18-inch ring light, so I have to reach through it. So this hands are way closer to the light, so I apologize if you wind up getting a lot of close-ups of my giant hands. Go ahead and get him out of there. I was just checking him out, first impression there. He looks good. I mean, what can I say? That's why I wound up getting him, because they made him look so dang good. So let me go ahead and pop him out so don't have to do a bunch of that, and we'll take a look at this wacky dude. Alrighty. Big Boa is Cobra's trainer. He is a very grueling taskmaster. Wakes up the Cobras at 0500, makes them push a bowling ball up a mountain and all kind of crazy stuff. So he's I don't know, he's always been strange. It makes sense that Cobra needs a guy like him. So he comes with two 90-pound dumbbells that look pretty good. Of course, they're solid black because they're cast iron. Why would they be anything else? I mean, I guess you could have put some white tape or something on there on the handles. But he is just a brutal. He's just a big brute. Like, this is a dude that's got a power trip and he's got the muscle to back it up. Does come with alternate hands. We had this with the original Big Boa. He's got boxing gloves. They look nice. And they're white and red, as you can see. You got the Cobra symbol on there. Got the sigil on there, nice. These must be a new pair because they don't look like they're beat up. And they do have this little cuff that kind of the buffer there for the bottom. Pretty nice design. They probably had to do it that way. So these look pretty good. I don't see any issues with paint or anything on them. I mean, they're boxing gloves. And let's take a look. This is an alternate head. It is not just a helmet that slips on. Very interesting. Good throwback to the original. You know, I thought that was a paint app, but it's not. That's a little hole there. That's actually molded in, a little part right there. So it has these spikes on it. Nice spike strip. Nice detail. It's kind of a tan cream colored helmet. It's got the red visor. Got the breather in it with the breathing hose. Then I'm not sure what that is supposed to do. Does anybody know what the hell this dude has this on for? He's not going to be. They're not going to be in the middle of doing push-ups, which apparently he loves, and all of a sudden like there's a gas attack or something. I never could figure that out. That's part of what made this figure so silly. So here's the tube that everybody lost. Fortunately, it is molded in. Nice black. Looks like it's a braided hose there. Yeah, there we go. Looks like it's a braided hose. It does have texture to it. Silver piece here. Then, of course, he's got the spiked mohawk strip down the head, which the original did, but they weren't quite as pronounced. I do not have my original Big Boa. I don't know what happened to him. He might be one of my few Joes that might have been used for target practice or something. I didn't do that with very many. Like if I got doubles or something and it was a figure that I didn't really care for, I did that. I didn't really mess my Joes up too bad. Once in a while, even when I got older, I respected my Joes for the most part. I didn't like messing them up. So I don't know what happened to my Big Boa. I definitely didn't have a double of him. So go ahead and get him out. He's got the nice boots there. Does have red apps that go all the way around the boot, or that rib for her pleasure. Make his when he's dancing around training, I guess that's extra cushion, extra support there. Does have the nice blue yoga pants. And this cod piece, is this the same one? It's the same one that was on Mindbender, I believe. I'm trying to turn around and look. I think it's the same one that Mindbender came with. It's just done in red instead of silver. It does have some silver there at the end of these ridges. That's a nice touch. It's not much there, but it catches the light. It sets it off. Silver buckle. And he does have his harness that has spikes all over it. Buckles there, silver there. Very well done accessory on this guy, or I don't guess it's an accessory web gear. Is it spiked web gear? And we cannot not talk about the fact that he's got nipples. There they are. This is my side boob. Doesn't detract from anything. He's a bare-chested dude. I'd rather them have done it than not done it. Not going to focus too much on Big Boa's nipples. Check out his face there. See what that looks like. I do like this head, and they did say that this was kind of modeled and kind of sculpted in Rocky's likeness. I can see it a little bit. He looks more like... I don't know what he looks like. He looks more like one of the characters from Sopranos or something to me. I don't know. I can see Rocky with it like that. I can see Rocky. So I do want to talk about this because I absolutely love this, and we got this head sculpt. Who else did we get to go with this head sculpt? We got Chuckles. And this is one of the reasons I did decide to pull the trigger on this dude, was because I have an empty spot on my shelf next to Chuckles just for him. If you've never read The Last Laugh from IDW, I highly recommend picking it up. It was recommended to me by Matthew Matson. and I followed his advice, and I found it digitally and read it first, and I liked it so much, I bought a auction for a hardback cover on eBay, and that's the way to go. But if you can't find one reasonably, read it any way you can. He has a giant fight with Chuckles. Actually, him and Chuckles are kind of friends for a minute, and then he figures out that Chuckles is not his friend, and they try to kill each other. He actually had this piece here. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do it. That kind of held his jaw in place, kind of like a steel, like headgear type thing. But he's gonna look good when you put that beat up head on Chuckles. These two duking it out on the shelf. I can't wait to set him up and do that. Not a whole lot to him, the figure or his accessories that he comes with. There doesn't need to be for what he conveys, for what he is. He's not out on the battlefield. He's back at the training bunker. So let's go ahead and try to see if we can get that out without knocking over everything like that. What did I do? Okay. I knew that was going to happen. That's part of why I hate having this light here. Look at those pegs. Look how long those pegs are. Are these that? Yeah, these are that way too. So I'm going to try and do this. Get the wrong one. So there's the right glove. I lost the little cuff thing. I hope they're universal. So we're going to put that on over there. And this, okay, I was going to say this may be one to heat up because of how long those pegs are, and when you're trying to push them in there, and if that gets a lot of pressure on it, yeah, you don't want to snap one of those. So I'm going to pull him off camera and do this fist so I don't knock everything around again. I got those in there pretty easy. I didn't have to heat anything. I just wanted to do it off cam so I didn't make the light go all and the camera all wonky. Now I want to talk about these. I showed them, but I didn't talk about them. These are the hands that comes on him in the package. I think I spit out coffee on the paperwork I was filling out when I saw them reveal this. The touch that they put in this isn't, it's not overly done. It's not too subtle. I'm trying to get the right amount of light because this ring light is bright. The bloodied bandaged hands, where you wrap your hands, if you're boxing, before you put your gloves on. And this shows that one, he has worn out a few pair of gloves, or he has been doing it with just the wrap. No, no scabbing or anything on the fingers. This isn't NECA. It conveys what it needs to, right? I think they look fantastic, and I think doing the gloves as entirely separate hands was a good way to go. You got to look at him with the gloves on. Man, I mean, he looks great. I didn't think I would ever be saying that about Big Boa, but I mean, look at that. He's just a big brute. Imagine this dude coming after you. So I didn't go over any of his articulation. Get him. You know what that is, as a punk with toys likes to say. That's the Jean-Claude Van Damme. Nice movement there. Joints are just about perfect amount of tolerances out of the package for those. The cut, the thigh swivel there, that's really subtle. Like, it doesn't stand out as much as I thought it would on this solid blue pants. Not so much on the knees, but still it's all blended together well. And that's flexing a bit there. Let's back up and punt on that one. There we go. These are always the ones that scare me, are these bottom knees. Man, just get him in a perfect punching pose. Always start with the ankles when you're doing this, guys, when you're posing your figures. That's why I hate figures that have weak ankles. I always start with the ankles, and you can get the weight centered after the ankles. It's pretty easy to do if the joints aren't jacked up. Look at that, man. He's just getting ready to throw a haymaker and knock somebody the F out. I love it. I really didn't think I was going to be this excited about Big Boa. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we can see how easy this comes off. Wow. Okay. And that goes on. So there's his look with his helmet on. He's even scarier with the helmet. No. Stiffen that leg, putting that power in there. Sorry, I'm playing with him instead of showing him off. But yeah, you get the idea. Very, very posable there. I've got him that left leg or that left foot is off the ground like that. He's getting ready to put all that power on that right leg and in that right arm. He is coming to your town. Coming to your city. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I did not show the barbell in his hand. Once again, I'm only doing this off camera because this setup I got right now. Hope to find me a new ring light that's a little bit smaller and easier to work with. So this is going to look even better. Now he's not getting ready to punch you. He's getting ready to chuck one of these barbells at you. Look, I mean, he just, some of that glare off of him. It's just a very nice figure, very well done. I don't have any overly loose joints, overly tight joints. Hasbro put this much effort into everything. If this is what they did with Big Boa, I hate to say it, but I can't wait to see Raptor. He's going to be a deluxe figure. He's probably going to wind up looking like that Archangel figure that Marvel just did. For being what he is and no more than he comes with, there's not many figures in Classified that get the point across as well as this. Would I like to see him come with a punching bag or a speed bag? Yeah, but if they did, he probably would have been a deluxe figure, and I would not have wanted to pay a deluxe figure price for that myself, because that's not really something that fits into my display and what I do with my figures. So even though he looks so good, I don't know if I would have pulled the trigger on him at that price point. But there's all kind of sets out there you can use. I've seen people that have existing weight sets, existing like weight benches and other types of weights. So there's all kind of stuff out there that you can use for this dude. So I'm going to throw him up on the Lazy Susan with all his accessories real quick. Got him up there, got him reposed a little bit. Well, what do y'all think about him up there spinning around? If you've got a Lazy Susan and you've posed figures, you know once they start spinning around and starts throwing that weight balance off. I adjusted him a little bit and gave him a little bit different pose there. I don't know, man. I get the silliness of it. This isn't a character that I particularly cared for or wanted, and they've knocked this figure out of the park and they've knocked it out of the damn city. I can't lie. I'm taken aback with how good this figure is. Pretzel is too. He's in there barking at how good he is while this motorcycle goes by my house. Y'all, I don't give many scores this high. Big Boa is a 4.75 yeehaws. He's damn near close to perfect for being what he is. That's how I do it. How well the figure's made, their accessories, do they convey what the figure is meant to, what it's supposed to be, and he checks all those boxes. This is one of the best feeling classified figures that I've had, that I've messed with, and I've got pretty much all of them. Joints are good. He is. I don't know. I'm kind of dumbfounded because I didn't think I was gonna like this dude this much. Do you need him in your collection? Everybody does not. Not everybody's gonna need this guy. If you just set up straight up battle poses or nothing but static poses and you think he's silly, he's gonna be a pretty easy pass. But if you just like G.I. Joe and you like good action figures that perfectly hit everything that they're supposed to do, have this dude charging with some blue shirts behind him, get one of them weight sets and have him over the top of them, or do what I'm going to do and set him up and have him and Chuckles beating the shit out of each other on my shelf in front of the hardback Last Laugh book. 4.75, up to you, but I highly recommend him. He's one of the best figures we've seen for a while. Guys, if you like this review, I appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up, squish your tiny little head, ow, and hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time on 3 Star Draw. Do it to it, big boy!